Hey everybody, welcome to part 5 of building the R2-D2 from Fanhome. So after a bit of a delay, I actually got some more parts in now. So in this issue, we are going to be checking out issues number 15 and 16, and then there is 17 and 18. So it looks like we're going to be doing a little bit more work on the head. It doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot to do with these issues, but that's right. At least I got the parts in. Here is the magazine for issue 15. So in here, they are discussing how The Empire Strikes Back is beginning to start filming. Some behind-the-scenes stuff. And Irvin Kershner, who was the director. We got some interesting stuff here for the probe droids. I love those probe droids. They are so cool looking. And some more stuff here. I love how they look kind of like they're jellyfish or something. It's pretty cool. And then this is the real world stuff where they're talking about remote controlled warfare. The very early technology of remote control, it looks like. Some more stuff here. And then here we are showing the head frame components. Yeah, this issue is not going to have a whole lot to do. We're just going to add more to this frame here. And then it looks like we might actually be attaching it to what we have built from the dome, so that'll be good. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on these. All right, so these are the parts that come with issue 15. So there's 2 more frames for the main frame that goes on the bottom of R2's dome. There's 2 more connector pieces here, and then we have a leftover connector piece here, and then we're going to be using the leftover 6 short screws for this section. All right, so now we're going to bring back in this piece. This is from the last time that we were working on this. So this connector piece that's on here, we're going to be doing the same thing with this one. Just got to make sure we put it on the same way. So the rounded part goes on this side like this. All right, and then we're going to flip this over like that. And then we're going to go ahead and put a screw in here to hold that in. All right, so now that is what that looks like once it's all screwed in. So now this is the shorter piece. This is one of the newer pieces. We take it, which is number DF17. So we're going to put that in here. Once again, these are keyed, just like that. And then we'll push that in, and then we'll take another screw and tighten that down. All right, there it is, all complete. So now we got the last 2 remaining connector bits here. So this one's going to go on here. We'll screw that in place there. And then this one's going to go on this last end on this ring right here. And then we'll screw that one on as well. Okay, and then the last remaining piece of this ring is going to go right in here. And it keys in. This is DF16, by the way. And these just fit right in here. Nice, very nicely there. And then we're just going to put a screw in there. And we're just going to screw each one of these ends in here now. And then that will complete all of this here. So let me get the other screw in, and then we'll have that all done. Okay, so now this is a bit of a tricky part now. So we break out the dome, and we have to have it facing the exact way that they specify in the directions. And that was the part I had to really study the diagram here. So the hole right here, you'll have it kind of in the upper part right here. And then this ring, you got to make sure you have it on the side where the connectors are, the smooth side is on the other side like this. Now you got this flat side here, there's a flat side here, and then this really thick area. So you want to line it up so that this hole is on top. This flat edge is going to go onto the flat edge right here. And then the holes should line up. So let me get this on here just right. Let's see if I can get this in here. And then, okay, there we go. And then there's these little, forgot to mention it. They got these little bumps right here. You can see them. Those have to go in the holes when they align all together here. So get this back on here. Okay, and then once you have it on, just like that, now we got to screw all of this together. All right, so now we flip the whole thing over, and you'll see that each one of these has those hexagonal shaped holes right there. So we have these leftover bits of the nuts here, and then we have the thinner silver longer screws. And we're going to use all of those to attach all of these. So the nut is going to go in here, and then a screw on the other side, and I believe there's 12 of these all the way around here. So let me get all of those attached, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, and so now all of those are in place. So this is actually pretty cool. You got a nice strong metal, let me zoom out a little bit here. Got this nice strong metal frame on the bottom right here. So that's really nice. This is a good, solid feeling frame. All right, so that takes care of issue 15. So we'll move on now to issue 16. And here's the issue 16 magazine. And here they are talking about the locations, how they had to film out in Finsk in Norway, and the brutal conditions that they were facing out there. There's the IG-88 style robot. Very cool. Information about these guys. There's some information here that looks like it refers to the animated series of Star Wars, which I do not keep up with any of those, so I'm kind of strictly a movie guy. Original trilogy. Some history of computer control, so more of the real world science. Look at that early circuit right here. It's pretty wild. And some more stuff going on here. I'm going to have to read through all of this. I haven't checked any of this out yet. And then here we're going to be doing some more head frames, components here. Looks like they're going to give us a bunch more parts and screws and such. And not a lot to do with this one either. These, like I mentioned, these issues are pretty basic, not much going on here, so I should be able to get through these relatively fast. Okay, so these are the parts that you get for stage 16. Not much at all. You just get one piece here, and then the rest is all hardware. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the dome here, and we got to find the front part of R2-D2's head, which is this big wide open area here. And then we're going to attach this piece right onto here. So the best way you can find it is that little bump right here is going to go right onto this. I believe is where that goes. And then we'll screw this together. And this is going to make the first part of the frame for the lower part of R2's head. So let me get that attached. Here's the magazine for issue 17. And let's see what they got in this one. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's the guy that did the weathering for the Boba Fett costume. A little information here on Boba Fett. Jeremy Bullock, who we sadly lost just recently here. He passed away, I think it's just a few months ago. I'm not really sure. Here is the protocol droids. And that is K3PO. Looks like he's got a little battle damage on his chest there. Pretty cool. I'm not sure who played him. Not sure who was in that costume. More interesting information. Look at all the different versions of 3PO they had. Some stuff there from the animated series, it looks like. And very early robots back in the day. It's pretty cool. Oh, I remembered this guy. God, what was his name? Was it A-Rock? No, Electro. It was Electro. I remember this. I remember seeing old footage of him. He didn't do much, but it was kind of cool. Very early robotics back in the day. Had a little robot dog as well. Can't remember his name. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Some more components here for R2. Looks like we're going to be doing a little more wiring. I'm not sure what that's going to be for. We're definitely going to be starting on the third layer of the framework of the head here. So that'll be nice to get that done. I don't think we're going to get that completely finished with these issues, though. All right, so we'll get started on those. All right, so here are the parts that you get for stage 17. Once again, not a lot of parts. Another frame piece here. Couple of wires. So I'm sure we're going to be doing some electronics here hopefully soon. And so let's bring the dome back in. Now there's the piece that I just put on. You can see it's all bolted in place. So this one here, same thing. It's just going to go in the exact same spot. So it's just going to go right next to it right here. It's going to go on the same row. And let's see, those two little bumps right here are going to go into these two holes right here, just like that. And then once again, the same thing, 2 bolts and 2 screws to put that in place. So let me get that done. And there it is, all attached. And I gotta say, this is a nice solid thing. I really like the way all of this is going together. Everything fits perfect. All right, so we are now on to the last and final stage. And finally, here is the issue 18 magazine. Let's see, what are they talking about in this one? Oh, it looks like we're talking about Yoda here. Probably discussing the Dagobah Swamp set. Oh, that's really cool. Look at that. That is the Kenny Baker leg component on the R2-D2. You can actually see where his feet would go, his leg would go down in the tube. They actually had a little boot inside there. I always notice those tubes on the 2-legged version of R2-D2. You could actually see, if I can get it without the glare, but you could actually see those tubes there. But, man, that couldn't have been a comfortable thing for Kenny Baker to walk around in. So kudos to him for having to be in there. There's the inside of one of those. Having been inside the Lost in Space robot for many, many hours, I can feel for any actor that has to be in a confined costume, and especially a heavy, cumbersome one as well. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. There's Stuart Freeborn designing the Yoda, which you can tell he has little elements of his own face in Yoda, which is absolutely hilarious. Genius at designing these things. Oh, there's that gatekeeper droid. That's really cool. I love the voice of this thing. Sounds really cool. Giving 3PO and R2 a hard time. There's some more stuff there. It looks like the Clone Wars stuff. Like I said, I don't watch the animated stuff. Oh, the early versions of those spider-like robots. And, oh, I remember this one. That's the one that went inside that volcano. I think I don't think it ever came back out, unfortunately, but I think they got a lot of scientific information from that robot. That was really cool. That was kind of a groundbreaking robot for its day. Don't remember when that was. I think it was in the 90s. Early versions of the walkers. We have so many really cool robots now from different companies that have really developed those. Some more stuff there, some military stuff it looks like. And then this is the last section of the build here, which doesn't look like there's much to do here either. So, yeah, it's kind of weird the way they do these parts. You know, sometimes you just don't have a lot to build. And in all 4 of these, it didn't look like there was a whole lot to build. So, but oh well, I'm just glad I got the parts. All right, so these are the parts that you get for stage 18. This is more like it. We actually got some decent amount of parts here. So there's 2 more pieces of the frame for R2's dome, and another one of these hollow projector pieces here. And there's the clear piece. This one's got holes in it, and that is because this one is going to be a microphone. This is the actual microphone. So that's going to go in here somehow. So yeah, this will be fun. All right, let's get this going. Bringing back the dome in now. So this next section, we're just going to add some more of these frame pieces on here. So this is going to go right next to the last one that we just put on here. That's going to align like this. Once again, bolts and screws to put that in place, and then that's the other one right here. And this one goes right in here. And bolts and screws to hold that on. So let me get all of that put into place. All right, so there we go. That is really starting to take shape right now. So it looks like we only have maybe a couple more pieces, maybe, I don't know what, 3 or 4 pieces left of the lower section there. So that's very, very cool. All right, so now this is going to be the final section here. So now we're going to take the rest of these pieces here, and we're going to start putting all of this together. So we unravel the wire here, and then we take this piece, and we feed the plug-in part of this wire through here. So we'll put this through. All right, and then the microphone is going to go like this. I'm assuming we have to kind of bend that. All right, and then we'll kind of hold on to it like that. Then the clear piece now goes on top of this, and I think it just pressure fits. Let me see. Let me make sure there's no keyed areas on here. No, it looks like we're good. So that just goes right on top of there. Okay, and then this goes right on top. Now you'll notice the screw holes have to match up with these screw holes. So let me put this on like that. Okay, and then we're just going to use these screws to put it on. Now these screws, those are not the ones that this set came with. These are the round-headed screws. The ones that these stages came with were these ones right here. You notice they have kind of like a flat head, but in the instructions it shows the round-headed ones here. So I'm assuming we're not using those. I'm assuming we're having the round-headed ones. We do have a bunch of these left. All right, so let me screw these in and get this all put together. And there we go. That completes issues 15, 16, 17, and 18. So we're getting quite a bit done here on the dome. That third layer is really giving this some depth now. Don't have too much left to go as far as the framing of this. And you can kind of already see where things are going to go. That's going to be R2-D2's eye. That's going to be the actual working hologram. This right here is, I'm assuming, is where this is going to go for the microphone. And in one of these compartments is where R2's the lightsaber is going to pop out of. So that's going to be really cool. These wires are going to be used on a later stage or stages. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you also are enjoying this build series, and hopefully I won't have any more delays in parts. It's kind of frustrating when that happens. Bad enough that it takes so long to build this as it is, but anyway, if you have enjoyed this video and this series, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying this. I'd really appreciate that as well. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and take care and have a good one.